Hi.
How you doing? Who are you filming for?
So this is the web stream sportscast.
Okay, right.
So all women's senior matches are web streamed on the Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Interesting. Any chance I can get the footage?
Yeah, you can.
I've used it before.
That's the easiest way to, because on YouTube it'll be Good evening and welcome to Monday night's NPL Victoria Women's, the final game of round 7, and it is the defending champions FC Bulleen Lions taking on Alamein. Teo Pellizzeri, my name. Great to have your company this evening from a cool Venado club. It is starting to get a little chillier in Melbourne. It's not quite winter yet, and hopefully in dry and still conditions we get a good spectacle between two teams that didn't exactly thrill us in their matches last year. Not to scare you away, but they did draw 0-0 in the first head-to-head here at the Venado Club. Bulleen then won away at H.A. Smith Reserve, and Alamein, needing a win to get into the top 4, were able to beat Bulleen 2-0 in the third and final meeting last season. So they did split the contests, and it's hard to get a form line on these teams at the moment, with Alamein pushing South Melbourne all the way in a 1-1 draw, but then losing to Heidelberg, so they have been unpredictable. Bulleen, however, they seem to have found their standing in the pecking order. They're still behind Calder. They lost here at home to South Melbourne, and now are they going to be third Venado or fourth if they can get a result off Alamein tonight? Ahead of the Nike FC Cup, I can see Spring Hills in the house. Of course, they've got Bulleen coming up, so doing a bit of homework. And of course, the Nike FC Cup continues tomorrow night with the first two NPLW teams to compete. South Melbourne away at Calder United. Anyway, our focus is on women's NPL tonight. Bulleen in goal, Emily Shields, 2 Tessa Cernio, 6 Caitlin Friend, 8 Alex Natoli, 9 Leah Privatelli, 10 Rachel Quigley, 14 Christina Hall, 17 Franny Iamano, 18 Sarah Kane, 20 Kayla Morrison, and 22 Emily Dolzan. And for Alamein, in goal, Melissa Barbieri, 14 Rachel Alonso, 18 Catherine Goff, 21 Lucy Johnson, 11 Janet Lawson, 2 Julia Sardo, 12 Mari Pastor, 4 Caitlin Roberts, 7 Akeisha Sundhu, 13 Taylor Schneider, 8 Jess Tay, and we'll get to the benches after kickoff. Jamie Barrero is tonight's referee, and Bulleen in the maroon will be attacking the left of your screens in the first half, and Alamein in the light blue to the right of your screens. And there's a bit of an issue with the net, so it looks as though kickoff is going to be delayed. Taking a look at the benches tonight, Bulleen, Mel Camilleri, Olivia Edwards, Liana Iaconis, Hayley Richmond, and Kelsey Zafaridis. And for Alamein, Jasmine Aratolo, Indy Johansson Block, Tashania, Jacqueline Lemieux, and their second goalkeeper, Freya Crocker. We are live and interactive on Facebook tonight as well. Let us know if you're watching. Right now we're watching the net get repaired. Going to have a bit of a hold up here. Plenty of Calder people tuning in. Of course, I did mention they're playing in the Cup tomorrow. And we're going to have a delayed kickoff here. The players can amuse themselves. Looks like Bulleen have made a bit of a change to their starting 11 as well, because the number 24, Kate Fotopoulos, who wasn't even on the team sheet, is out kicking around with the players out there. So maybe this little delay has allowed us to pick up on that late change. Just by process of elimination, trying to work out who's now dropped out of the starting 11. I suspect it is Leah Privatelli who is not out there. So Privatelli, who did suffer an injury against Bayside a couple of weeks ago, has been a late scratching. Fotopoulos is in. All right, so the net's been repaired, and we're ready to make a belated start here at the Venado Club as Alamein kick off away at FC Bulleen Lions. And Caitlin Friend with an early touch to Emily Dolzan. And now Quigley back to Friend. Pass was behind Cernio. Now a long ball down the right side from Sardo into the path of Lawson, who can't keep it in. Tight call. And it will be a Bulleen throw down at left back. Lawson. Roberts to Johnson. And now Alonso. Lawson sidestepping Cernio. Back to Sardo. Roberts back to the centre of defence and Jess Tay. And then wrong footing Catherine Goff. So throw in for Bulleen over on the opposite side. I mentioned tonight's officiating crew. Jamie Barrero, central referee, Laura Simpson, AR1, Angelique Katsalis on the near side to the grandstand, and Nicoletta Soteropoulos is the fourth official. Here's Goff, with a little burst of speed and an early touch for Shields to hold on to the ball. Jess Tay, past Quigley. Alonso. Sarah Kane to Fotopoulos. And now Hayley Richmond. Coughs up the ball to Lawson. And then through the right side. Lucy Johnson roaming after it, rolling off the synthetic. And then Richmond is giving the ball back to Johnson here. Ball sets up, Lawson. And that's a very gentle shot. And Emily Shields has bundled it out for a corner kick. So a little bonus for Alamein. They get an early set piece. Keisha Sundhu taking the corner. And first header is Lucy Johnson, and not a bad attempt. It just kept going wide though. And beyond the right-hand post it went. So Alamein have started the brighter through the opening 3 minutes. And now Alamein are going to press. As Bulleen try to play out from the back. They're forced a turnover, albeit briefly. Irmano is there. Now Christina Hall. Driving it low. Schneider. Morrison rises above Johnson. Here's Irmano. Turned in boy. Friend. And the pass onto Dolzan, who's showing a turn of speed. Into the box it goes, and Cernio with the volley, but lifts it high over the bar. Perhaps just couldn't adjust in time to keep the shot down. And ended up lifting that one out over the secondary fence. Chestay. Alamein really committed to attacking down the right side with Jana Lawson, one of their best attacking weapons. Sardo to Pastor, caught by Fotopoulos. Cernio against Sardo. And then the back pass, well, difficult to control for Tay, but she's made it work. And then gives the ball to Quigley. Cernio can't spin past. Lawson. Quigley to Friend. And then a low pass. Dolzan showed the ball to Alonso, but was able to keep it in possession. And now Kane through the right. Irmano against Goff. Two of the quickest players on the pitch on the same flank. Over on that right side for Bulleen. And Goff will come away with the ball and can break down that left side. You can see Catherine Goff is sensationally quick, but ran into trouble there. Kane. Dangerous pass and gives the ball up. And now Lawson with Morrison coming across to screen. Cernio. Friend in a show of strength against Roberts. Drives it out to Dolzan. Sato. Lawson. It's a very open game at the moment. Good tempo to this match. And the offside flag will stop that momentum in its tracks as Goff couldn't quite time the run. And that is perhaps one of the issues for Catherine Goff, that she's actually almost too quick for her own good sometimes. Able to run away from players, but sometimes does it before the ball gets played. Morrison to Quigley against Taylor Schneider. Now Tay.
I must have seen a progress score.
Friend against Sandhu. Kane. Dolzan as Roberts slips out of the way. Friend, a raking cross. Quigley meets the header. And it just lacked the power to trouble Barbieri in the end, but Rachel Quigley, one of the better aerial players in the women's NPL, not able to turn that one into much more than a gentle shot on target for Barbieri to catch. Tay down the right side. And Morrison with a little shimmy, but Alamein are certainly prepared with a pressing plan. Kane had Alonso bearing down, and now Iamano had the time to take possession, but Sandhu was then right on the case. Back to Christina Hall. And now Morrison able to steady Richmond. Christina Hall. Pass wrong-footed Quigley. Long ball from Tay. Lawson. Richmond standing off. It's Lawson back to Sato. And Sato plays the ball straight out for a goal kick. Julia Sato, who was a young Matilda about 10 years ago, has had horrendous injury problems, was at Bundoora United in the old Women's Premier League, and then after a few years off came back to football through the Moreland Zebras. Great to see her back in the NPL. Well, first time in the NPL since it switched from the WPL. Hopefully this comeback continues to go from strength to strength. Two coaches tonight, Paul Kilpatrick of the Bulleen Lions getting his first touch there, and of course Sinisa Karadžić, whose voice I'm yet to hear ring across the ground, so that won't last. Fotopoulos under the pump, as is Kane. Alamein continue to press, and Morrison a cool head under that pressure. Cernio tried to drive it for Quigley. The deflection will keep Bulleen in possession, and the return pass from Quigley, hoping for Cernio. And Sato is there to guide it back to Barbieri. Lawson. Geste back to Barbieri. Taylor Schneider. Now it's the first real awkward back pass for Melissa Barbieri to deal with, and no nonsense on the left foot. blazing it away. Friend, Fotopoulos, Lux of Fortune, ricochet fell back to her, Richmond. You heard the little, called it a grunt of frustration there, as the pass for Cernio wasn't quite on the mark. Cernio braced for contact and kept the ball. Quigley, that is clever. And Quigley likes a long shot and just gets underneath this one. Barbieri tips it into the post. Nearly. Rachel Quigley knew exactly where she was aiming. Melissa Barbieri had to adjust, diving backwards, if anything, tipping that into the woodwork. Quigley, the header earlier, and now the long shot. The two best Bulleen chances so far to score. It's been denied by the save of the night so far. 12 minutes gone, some good action already in this game. Schneider. Sarah Kane. Friend. And that pass to no one in particular. Sund who intercepts. Goff. Sund who made the run. And got wrapped up by Ermano. Christina Hall. Back to Emily Shields. I wonder if Alamein are going to run themselves out of puff here. They are chasing every ball when Bulleen go back to the keeper, even the ones where they're not really a great chance to get to it. Dolzan now, breaking off Jess Tay. Can't quite get it to Quigley. Will go back and retrieve. Quigley. Schneider went to ground. Fotopoulos stepping through. Dolzan will put the head down and tried to blaze past Sandhu, but ran out of space very quickly. Schneider. A bit of luck for that pass to get through Iamano, and then Goff drives it into the Bulleen bench with an apology. Kane gives the ball away. Lucy Johnson. And Iamano, bit of an agricultural challenge and a late whistle. It is a foul. Take a second look at that one and see exactly how much of the ball she got there, but gee, it was an uncharacteristic giveaway from Sarah Kane. Tell you what, really just looked like preventative measures there from Franny Iamano. A few complaints that the foul was whistled. Took the legs. And so a free kick on a tight angle, not beyond a direct shot on goal though, so Bulleen have set the wall. It's Lucy Johnson lining it up. He's going to drive it straight into that wall. So well set. And then booted away straight out for an Alamein throw. Roberts, Schneider. One of the two Americans in this Alamein team, Taylor Schneider. Here's the other one, Murray Pastor, loses out to Sarah Kane. Roberts will go all the way back to Barbieri. Just Hay. Long ball, Sato making the run this time. Substituting with Lawson, who's following up from midfield. Bulleen remain on their heels. Alonso, how's the left side? Just a tumbling shot. You can see the eyes lit up, but on the non-preferred left foot, Alonso not able to generate the sort of power she might have on her preferred right foot. Friend having to go backwards. Clever from Lucy Johnson. Went to ground early and then just stuck out a foot to get the ball, but Roberts couldn't capitalise. Dolzan. Look at the speed from Dolzan and Sund, who really had to hustle to recover and then find the safety of the touchline. Christina Hall. This is as far forward as we've seen her venture in this game. Lifts across. Not a convincing clearance from Tay. Roberts. Lawson. And Hayley Richmond is caught behind here as Lawson. Ambitious pass. Can't sweep it beyond Kayla Morrison, who's going to return it with interest. Sprinting to halfway, and now decision time. It's a great pass on the left foot from Morrison. Into the path of Dolzan, who lashed it first time. Trying for the spectacular Emily Dolzan, and that would have been quite the goal. Instead, it ends up down in the creek. We are live and interactive here tonight on Facebook, so send through your comments. Nick says, hi from Germany. Hi, Nick. Lots of people around the NPLW watching. I know that. So we see Pastor here, clipping it beyond Christina Hall, and Shields out of her line, shanks the clearance, but Richmond made it work. Just got a boot to it. Lawson was lining up. Kane. Dolzan. Christina Hall. Dolzan. 50-50s there to be won. And it was Pastor who did. And then Johnson throws the head back in frustration as that ball is too far out in front of Cap Goff. I was going to say, I did have Cindy Lay lined up to join me in special comments tonight, and then South Melbourne called a training session. So, gee. Just both Calder and South having a training session before tomorrow night's Cup game. Obviously, clearly taking it very seriously. It is a matchup worthy of the final, and yet they drew each other in round 3. Who's going to win? That's the question. Will it be Calder to continue their perfect start to the season? Community Shield and then 7 in a row in the league? Or will South Melbourne knock them out of the Cup? Of course, they are the back-to-back defending champions. They actually won last year's Cup right here at the Veneto Club. Great to have Jess Au watching in, Bayside player. Also Adriana Taranto from Calder, no doubt, preparing for that Cup game tomorrow out at Keilor Park. Santu. Schneider. Fotopoulos in the road, and now Cernio. Quigley lays it back to Fotopoulos. Challenged and then beaten by Alonso, but only briefly. Kane is there. Hall. And Christina Hall as the field opens up, and that is a late push, surely a foul, not given. Quigley turns, it may be irrelevant if Cernio can make the most of it, and now the flag is up for offside. So I think Christina Hall, quite right to ask, I was shoved in the back, where's my free kick? Fetty Frew, former Bulleen Lions player, I think might have spent a bit of time in Alamein as well. Apologies if not the case, Fetty. We'll come to your question in a moment. As Johnson receives the pass from Pastor, and now Lawson sweeps onto the ball. Jana Lawson cutting it back. Alonso has to go chasing her first touch, and that opens the door for Morrison to slide in. It's a good challenge from Kayla Morrison. Sato. Throw into Lawson. And Morrison is there again, and this time off her own teammate in Richmond. But it's a goal kick. No, corner. Referee's seen the last touch. Did come off Richmond, so corner coming up for Alamein. So corner for Sandhu. And off the head of Schneider. Tipped up and out by Shields. Another rather gentle conceding of a corner there from Shields. Happy enough to do so. I asked for questions from the viewers, and all of a sudden the action has sparked back to life. Don't worry, we will get back to your questions in the Facebook comments. You can watch on YouTube as well. Corner kick, Sandhu this time. Honing in on the target, and it's turned in. Jana Lawson put it over the line, and it's going to be disallowed. Alamein protest. It did look a bit handballish. Qatar disagree with the call here. Taking another look back on the stream. Yeah, that's definitely, on the angle we've got, appeared to hit the hands. I think that's some good reffing work there from Jamie Barrero and also the assistant referee. So the game remains 0-0. It went in the back of the net, but Jana Lawson not expecting the ball to arrive with her at the far post and handled it on the way in. Alonso sends it back to Barbieri. So, Fetty Fru asks, where is Iaconis? Bulleen surely not expecting the 3 points tonight with her on the bench. So there you go. The Liana Iaconis fan club is vocal and not happy about the number 12 from Bulleen being on the bench. It's Kat Goff. Tries to turn the heat up for Alamein again. Can Lawson make amends? She can! And no queries over that one. And a bit of a lingering glance at the assistant referee just to make sure of it, as Jana Lawson heads Alamein into a 1-0 lead. And Bulleen did not learn the lessons, as Lawson was left completely unmarked. And she gets her goal. So Alamein, who've created quite a few chances, get their reward in the 24th minute. Bulleen, who have had a couple of decent looks of their own through this player here, Rachel Quigley, find themselves behind at home. Roberts, long ball. Morrison comes across. Played it behind Cernio. Sato to the goal scorer Lawson. Lucy Johnson. Square ball. Pastor. Alonso was just in a battle to keep her feet, never mind the ball. And the ball goes into the arms of Emily Shields. Dean Muneer says, surely we can get the dream team up and running again. Dean, when you can run through the team list of 2 women's teams without a single flub, I'll give you another gig. In the meantime, stick to men's NPL, where you're doing a very good job. Hopefully you can keep your gloves as well. 1-1 draw for Bo Morris against Mazenod victory on Sunday night. Muneer consigning Brandon Osipov to the bench. Here's Julia Sato. And Lawson caught behind Richmond here. Friend to Cernio. Schneider. Christina Hall. Tried to play it to her own advantage and then, like a cannonball, went charging at Mari Pastor. And it's willing in this game at the moment. The goal has certainly stepped up the intensity for both teams again. Lawson, long throw. Oh, big clash of heads, and you could hear it. Gee, and you worry a lot here. Morrison bounces back up, but that was bad. Lots of players standing around the scene, eventually clearing out for Mari Pastor here. Mari Pastor's got back to her feet as well. And the Alamein trainer having a word here. Gee, credit to both players. The sound was just really worrisome. It's hard to believe that neither player's drawn blood from just that awful cracking noise as the two heads came together. Pastor seems to have convinced the trainer she's fine. Morrison didn't even head to the bench. Pastor's already been walked to the sideline and about to be waved back on. And Morrison with the restart of play. Alamein temporarily down to 10 players. And now Pastor sprints back into the action. Hall to Quigley. Iamano. Dolzan leaves it for Friend. And then Quigley with space to turn and shoot and score. And Rachel Quigley, who had been threatening, gets the equaliser for Bulleen. And just a great deft touch there to lift it over Melissa Barbieri. Used the momentum of the ball and glided it in for 1-1. Clever finish. And the game is back level. Quigley cancels out Lawson's opener, and Alamein enjoyed all of 5 minutes in the lead. This game is really keeping a good bit of momentum to it at the moment. Pastor, long ball. Lawson. Morrison right there for company. Now Cernio takes over the defending. Grab of the shirt, couldn't stop Lawson. Sardo. And the ball tails its way out for an Alamein throw. Straight onto the head of Morrison. Cernio. Brought down by Jess Tate. Santu. Dangerous crossfield ball. Cernio read it like a book. Heads into the path of Quigley and then just a loose reach for the ball that never really intended to take possession. Pastor pulls herself into the contest. And now to Goff against Iamano. Both teams appealing, and it's Bulleen that gets the throw. Goff isn't to know here. Turn around and realise that she's actually retrieving the ball for Bulleen's course. And isn't happy at the news finally being relayed. Half an hour gone. Got Box Hill players piling into the stream now. Hayley Gertz, Mia Lancieri-Bartley. Entertaining game on Saturday afternoon. Loving the commentary of Anna Harrington and Kat Smith on that match, but Box Hill on the losing team 4-2. might actually allow us to go through the other results from the weekend. Had a very interesting and much talked about game on Saturday night between Galaxy and Bayside. Galaxy were 1-0 up thanks to a great early goal. As we see Sato taking possession here. Galaxy goalscorer was Julia Buriongo, Congolese born, only 16 years old. Fantastic to see her sprinting away to score, and she actually had another one-on-one in the game which the keeper saved. Could have had a double. One to watch for though. And then in the space of about 52 seconds, Bayside scored twice. Margot Rubin and Emily Harvest turned the game on its head. Bayside went 2-1 up. So we have Lawson here, tripping over, and then recovering to still take the ball from Richmond. Alonso, and then through the right side, Lucy Johnson. Great cross over the head of Goff, and as one of the taller players in the Alamein team, if Goff wasn't going to get there, no one was. To finish on Galaxy Bayside, they actually had a last-minute goal. Galaxy disallowed for offside, so a bit of a hard luck story for them. Defeated 2-1. Also on Sunday, it was goals galore. NTC 4, Heidelberg United 6. It's a tennis score. Steph Galea scoring a couple of goals. Great to see Holly Furphy and Alani Anchevsky, Mia Stamatopoulos, all the big guns fired for NTC in an attacking sense, but they just conceded a lot of goals too. Entertaining though. Morrison here, out for a throw. And then the other result from the weekend, well, it was great commentary from Katie Lambeski, and she had to have every word in the dictionary for a goal ready, the thesaurus even, because there were 17 of them at Keilor Park. That was called a beating Southern. And Bulleen are trying to take the lead here. Friend on the fast break. Dolzan making the run. Friend waiting to play the pass. Out in front of Dolzan. And Barbieri gets down at her feet to tip it behind for a corner. It's good goalkeeping from Melissa Barbieri. Yes, to finish on Calder versus Southern, 17-0. If you want to watch the highlights of all the games so far this weekend, they are on the NPLW Facebook page. You can enjoy the commentary of Katie Lambeski and Anna Harrington and Kat Smith. Bulleen trailed in this game. Now they have a corner to try and take the lead. Christina Hall will line it up right here with a stutter step on the run. And it falls into a nest of Alamein players. Morrison twisting it back and over the head of Fotopoulos and out for a goal kick. So just over 10 minutes until half-time. Schneider. Goff. Volleyed on. Sarah Kane trot on the ball. Quigley lifted for Dolzan. Sandhu. Fotopoulos. And Kane. Dolzan takes the touch, but Sandhu, who's really had her hands full with Emily Dolzan on that wing, is able to win the duel this time. All the way back to Shields, has to move it quickly, and then Richmond slightly wrong-footed, but Cernio is there. Richmond tries to elevate a diagonal ball that's going to sit up kindly. Quigley plays it low, Dolzan stepping over the ball. great audience for this Monday night game. Make sure you like, share, comment, tag your friends in, let them know you're watching NPL Victoria Women's. Every game in the league live streamed this season. Even the ones where the scoreboard is starting to creak due to the number of goals hitting the back of the net. Here's Goff. Thought she only had one speed, Goff, but is actually able to just bide her time, and then, well, she played it to herself. So the flag stays down, and now Richmond out of the confusion. Kat Goff, a deceptive turn of speed, it's safe to say, quite literally. Certainly deceived the assistant referee. Dolzan against Tay. Last line of defence, Tay gives possession up. Friend shouts for handball, go unheeded. Referee may well have been blindsided from a central position as opposed to our vantage point here in the stands. Fotopoulos. Cernio, clever. Fotopoulos now, well, not so clever. Pass broke the wrong way. Just Hay. Straight to Richmond. And then straight out. Pastoral, pickpocketed by Fotopoulos. Quigley, the ball won't arrive. Schneider. Sandhu and Dolzan right there to close her down. So I've mentioned it a few times, Calder versus South Melbourne tomorrow night at Keilor Park, 7:30 in the Cup. Wednesday night, we have FC Noble Hurricanes versus Whitehorse United, perhaps the most popular team in Victorian football social media, Whitehorse United. Up the horse, horsehead emojis. That's 8 p.m. at Knox. Safe to say I won't be there. Back pass here, really dangerous, and it's an open net, which has been missed. What a chance for Johnson. Tight angle, yes, but Shields was out of the equation. And that should have been Alamein into a 2-1 lead. Christina Hall's back pass there, just not sure if she didn't see Lucy Johnson or it was just such a miss-hit that it gifted the ball to Johnson. Sandhu, and that pass won't cause quite as many problems as the one off a Bulleen boot a moment ago. The other game on Wednesday night, 7:45 at Olympic Village. Reasonable chance I do sneak out for this one. Heidelberg United versus Croydon City Arrows. One of my favourite teams, Croydon City Arrows. Love their colour scheme. The kits, they always do something in the Cup. Be an almighty task to beat Heidelberg given their current form, but it'll be an interesting game as we see Sardo usher the ball back to Barbieri here. Thursday, Ballarat City against Preston Macedonia out at Moorshead Park, 7:30 p.m. Tell you what, if winter hasn't arrived yet, it will have arrived at 7:30 on Thursday at Moorshead Park in Ballarat. I think there's no doubt about that. And then Burundara Eagles against Box Hill United. Oh, dangerous from Kane and a slip from Morrison. Alonso, can Alamein punish the Bulleen mistakes? Or Lawson offside. Gee, they've really diced with danger here, Bulleen, and they have not been punished. They just need half-time to arrive here. There's 4 minutes of regulation to go. It's Thursday night, 8:30, Boroondara Eagles versus Box Hill at Knox. It's a battle of two teams that have won the Cup in the past. Box Hill in 2012, Boroondara in 2015. Box Hill runners-up in last year's final. And Akeisha Sandhu is going to stay down here after that little block tackle in midfield. Are they calling the trainer or not? Looks as though Sandhu is right to self-manage here. And slowly gets back to a jog. And then Friday, 8 p.m, Monbulk Rangers versus Bayside United. Fotopoulos. Kane. Bit of a blind pass, and Dolzan nearly made it work. Sandhu recovered to an extent. Two and a half minutes until the break. I wonder how much stoppage we'll have, actually. We did have the collision between Pastor and Morrison, but neither stayed down for very long. Cat Goff. Alamein really want the lead before halftime, and another looping cross, this time not bringing the goal scorer Lawson into play. Cernio. Sandhu went charging after the ball, but never took possession. Dolzan. Schneider. Christina Hall, a little chip in charge, but Mary Pastor, well, then got out-positioned by Christina Hall, and in dragging her to ground, it is, well, it's a yellow for Christina Hall. That is interesting. And it is an Alamein free kick. Well, from the near side view here, the referee is coming from behind the contest. It's Hall that gets the yellow. Lawson. Cuts central. Morrison. Out goes Lawson. And Fotopoulos' touch. Lawson gave up on it right at the very last. And it is a goal kick, even though she is trying to convince the assistant referee that it's a corner. Not to be. Pastor. Julia Sardo. Alonso. Lawson's going to have to close in late here. And, well, was running adjacent to the ball and not really towards the ball, and then at the very last second tried to hone in, but got there a step too late. Friend. Iamano. Christina Hall. This back pass with a bit more conviction, but still putting Shields under the pump. Richmond is able to escape. And in first half stoppage time, Bulleen. out of time. Just the 40 seconds of additional time. And we go to the break with Rachel Quigley's equaliser cancelling out the opener from Jana Lawson. Good half, played at a good tempo. And there is plenty more to the story here at the Veneto Club at half-time. It is FC Bulleen Lions 1, Alamein 1. You'll have the countdown clock to the second half on your screens. And we'll rejoin you for live action soon. Welcome back to live pictures from the Veneto Club. We're at halftime in this Monday night's Women's NPL Victoria clash. It is FC Bulleen Lions 1, Alamein 1. The opening goal was for Jana Lawson of Alamein, cancelled out 5 minutes later by Rachel Quigley from Bulleen. So all to play for at the start of the second half. Don't forget we are live and interactive tonight. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on which way the game might go in this second half. It's going to be Bulleen to get things back underway on Jamie Barrero's whistle. And looking around the pitch, Bulleen have got the same 11 that started the match. And Alamein do as well. So if you've only just joined us, we will run through the teams again. Bulleen with Emily Shields in goal. Centre backs, Kayla Morrison and Christina Hall. Right back, Franny Iamano. Left back, Hayley Richmond. Holding midfielder, Sarah Kane. In front of her, Kate Fotopoulos and Caitlin Friend. Iamano has to backtrack here to keep the ball away from Goff. And then that back pass is going to make Shields work down to the line. And then the front three for Bulleen. In the middle, Rachel Quigley on the ball now. On the left, Tessa Cernio, and on the right, Emily Dolzan. Here is Hayley Richmond playing it to Cernio. Friend. Richmond giving up possession to Jess Tay. And so the Alamein team, Melissa Barbieri, their goalkeeper, on the ball. Centre backs, Jess Tay and Taylor Schneider. Left back, Akeisha Sandhu. Right back, Julia Sardo. In midfield, Rachel Alonso, Caitlin Roberts and Murray Pastor. And then forwards, Jana Lawson on the right, Kat Goff on the left, and Caitlin Roberts is playing, sorry, not Caitlin Roberts, Lucy Johnston is playing up front. Good run from Dolzan here, meeting the ball. And then rolling it back towards the line. Is going to have to keep it in. Christina Hall gives up possession to Sardo. Shields. South Melbourne players tuning in. Alex Gummer, also Melbourne Victory star player. Cindy Lay also joining the broadcast as that clearance from Shields goes out. Always an honour to have Cindy Lay tuning in. One of the celebrities, if there are any, of the NPLW, you'd have to say. Johnson turns it straight back to Kane. Iamano. And Kat Goff stuck a toe in and now is driving the ball down to the corner. And then Goff wheeling around. Going to ground is Iamano, putting it behind for a corner kick. 3 minutes gone in this second half. Increasingly chilly evening at the Veneto Club. It was about 15 degrees at kickoff. Corner taken short and not used very well. We were running through the midweek cup fixtures in the first half. Might be a good chance to go to the ladder and then take a look ahead to the weekend games in the Women's NPL. Right now, Calder are top of the league, 7 wins from 7, 21 points. South Melbourne 5 back on 16 points. As of right now, Bulleen would be moving to 16 as well if they draw tonight. And their goal difference is actually better than South Melbourne. So on the live table, they're actually up to second as things stand. Heidelberg complete the top 4 on 15 points. Alamein, if they draw tonight, will stay 5th on 11. And then Box Hill on 9. Header from Sund, who falls to Iamano. And then Friend through the right channel. Cernio calling for it at the far post. Cut into Quigley instead. And Quigley can't find the target. And that is a finish lacking for a player in Quigley's normal quality. A little thumbs up to Caitlin Friend, but it could have been so much more. Continuing through the table, Box Hill 6th on 9 points. Galaxy and Bayside on 6 points each. And then NTC and Southern 0 point. Taylor Schneider. It was quite a ponderous back pass, but went through to make amends. Kane turning straight into the tackle of Alonso. Fotopoulos. That's just what you come to expect from Kate Fotopoulos. Little touch of class to emerge with the ball, and then Iamano can't quite shift it down the field. Goff starting very deep. And took 3 Bulleen defenders to stop her making that run, but they used the body and positioning smartly enough. So taking a look ahead to this weekend, the 2 teams yet to record a competition point actually clash at 3 p.m. on Saturday at Monterey Reserve. Southern United against NTC. Alonso with the ball out in front of Richmond. Shields, no-nonsense clearance over the head of Alamein coach Sinisa Koadzic in the dugout. Looks like Paul Kilpatrick is giving some final instructions maybe to the first sub of the night. As the cross into the near post is missed by Shields, but it finds Iamano beyond the back stick and is swept out. Alonso. Roberts. Sato. Sato in against Friend. Kane's header. Roberts. Over the head of Richmond. And now Lawson from the byline straight to Christina Hall. Pastor's got time here to wheel onto and then spin away from Fotopoulos. And all the flag up for offside. And smartly done by the Bulleen defence to trap Lawson over on the right wing. Looking through more of this weekend's fixtures. The other Saturday game is a 3:15 kickoff. Bayside versus South Melbourne. South do tend to find the first trip away to Bayside of the season a tough one. Win, lose or draw. We've had a few get out of jails there over the years. Mainly thanks to Melina Ayres, who of course is not playing for them this year. So there could be a tactical plan from Bayside to try and upset South, especially given they'll be coming off a cup game midweek. Lawson. Caught by Kane. And Alonso just a little bit proppy on the ankle as she runs off a little knock there. Sunday, 3 p.m, Alamein play their first home game at H.A. Smith Reserve. And they take on Galaxy. The match we've all been waiting for. Sinisa versus Markaj. 3 p.m. Sunday. Forget what happens on the field. Friend. Cleared by Sato. Christina Hall. Well, caught in 2 minds. You could just tell the long shot was running through the thoughts and then drove a low pass instead. Also at 3 p.m. on Sunday, Heidelberg United versus Box Hill United. That will be an interesting measure of exactly where Heidelberg are at. If they want to make the finals this year, if they want to gate crash the top 4. I know it's only early days, but you'd think they'd almost need to clean sweep Box Hill and pick up 9 points from 9, or 7 at an absolute minimum. And then Monday, April the 8th, we're back here at the Venute for Bulleen Lions against Calder United. A special fixture. It is one of my favourites, to be honest. A lot of happy memories of Bulleen versus Calder on a Monday night. Might have to invite Mark Goshik down for that one. Anna Harrington might be able to gate crash the broadcast of that one, actually. I have to check with Harrow to see if she's available. Goal kick here. We've had 10 second half minutes. Not the team able to really establish dominance in this second half. Imano. Out to Dolzan, and Dolzan versus Sun, who was one of the little intriguing duels within that first half. A lot of the faster players have been able to show their wares in this game. Lots of space to run into. Normally you associate Alamein games with pressing and crowding and containment and congestion, and yet tonight it has been a far freer flowing affair than what we've become used to. Now we're about to see a season debut for Tyler J. Vlanich, back from France after playing the first handful of games of the W League season on a temporary contract for Melbourne City. And it's going to be part of a double sub here for the Bulleen Lions. Not at this break in play though, because the central ref hasn't seen the assistant over on the near side, and now the flag goes up again and the shout comes through. Double change for the Bulleen Lions. Intrigued as to who makes way here. It's going to be Cernio and Fotopoulos. So Cernio, who was playing in the front three, seems a natural swap for Vlanich. The sub goes through, and it's Mel Camilleri who is the other switch for Bulleen. So with Quigley already on, looks like Camilleri is going to go into midfield. Caitlin Friend currently reorganising here. No subs yet for Alamein. They did finish the first half the stronger. They haven't been able to continue that into the second half just yet. Here is Vlanich. And then up onto the very edge of the roof from Jess Tay. Tate. Long ball. Morrison. Straight to Alonso, and well, that one hits the ref. Alonso gets another shot and flags up. Lucy Johnson was head down and sprinting and not really paying close attention to the defensive line, which she had broken beyond. Vlanich against Sato, and Sato clears. A couple of ex-Bandura players there. TJ Vlanich and Julia Sato. Pretty sure they were teammates in the same grand final. I think it might have been 2013. If you'd said back then that one of those two players would go on to be a W League regular, win a handful of championships, who knows what you would have said. Vlanic to Friend, clever pass. And Friend trying to hurtle beyond Tay, can't do so. Sato. At the hour mark then, 1-1 still the score. Draw will suit the likes of Heidelberg as they currently hold their top 4 spot. Camilleri. Kane just beyond her lunge. And now Goff to Iamano. Sarah Kane. Morrison shuffles it on. Richmond to Vlanic. Still TJ Vlanic. Schneider's header, now Pastor. Camilleri. Morrison hit the ball at full flight and then went sliding through Sato. Vlanic, Morrison again. Geste leads Vlanic to the ball. He's going to bend to keep it in. Bouncing over the head of Lawson, who committed a foul in trying to challenge. Morrison. It's going to land on the head of Tay and go behind for a corner kick. Camilleri was being wrestled in the back play there. There's no one from Bulleen really there to challenge for the ball, but they still get a corner out of it. Vlanic on corner taking duty. Low to the near post, and it's going to run along the touchline. Back to Vlanic. Oh, clever-ish. Thought she'd done enough to lose Lucy Johnson there, and then the assistant's flag went up. Certainly convinced me. And then Vlanic just drops the ball and insists that Barbieri goes and collects it from down in the corner. Barbieri's restart. Richmond. Got a question here in the comments from Ruby from the Heidelberg Juniors. Is there any way the competition could be made more even to stop the score blowouts? Here's Quigley shooting from distance and putting it wide right. Well, Ruby, I can tell you that the women's and girls competition review, which is being presided over by Emilio Amanatides at Football Victoria, is in full swing. A lot of consultancy being done. It's going to be a pretty comprehensive process. And at the end of it, I think they'll have something better than what we've got at the moment, because the numbers do speak for themselves. Whitney Knight has joined us on the broadcast. Of course, plays for Lions FC up in the Queensland NPL now. Hope it's going well for you up there, Whit. Of course, a former Bulleen player, part of the championship winning team last year. We miss you. I think Bulleen are missing a Whitney Knight right now. They're playing a lot of improvised players that aren't normally front three attackers in their forward line at present. Kayla Morrison. Just a dangerous spot for a sidestep against Dolzan. Got it to Sandhu and then coming back from an offside position. Johnson is really starting to become a repeat offender, getting trapped here beyond the Bulleen defensive line. Paul's long ball. Dolzan motoring, trying to get there. Sandhu was with her every step of the way. Corner kick is the decision. So Bulleen have had a few corners now. 20 minutes of this second half has ticked by. Game hasn't reached any great heights. Not quite with the urgency of the first half. The goals were exchanged around this time, though. Vlanic's corner in at the near post, and clearance is made by Pastor. May not have known a great deal about it. And now Jana Lawson able to break out. Alamein in numbers. Alonso leading the line. Johnson, can she get the head up? Now drives it on the diagonal, and it is going to find its way over to Sato, the right back, getting forward. Early ball from Sato. It's got some bend on it, but not enough to curve away from Shields. Sarah Kane. Vlanic. Tate holding her off. Schneider caught in possession. Vlanic still going. And Barbieri, clean hands, standing at the near post. Persistence from Vlanic there to keep the attack going. Iamano to shouts of handball, just tried to escape, couldn't do so. Pastor, Goff is able to chase the ball down and now exploding into action. Kat Goff, Christina Hall goes to ground, and it's a corner. I did say Queensland NPL, and almost like showing the bat signal, John Ionu has appeared in the live viewers. I was referring to the women's Queensland NPL, John. Relax. One of the best recruiters in the country from the Bentley Greens. So Alamein are crowding the near post here for this Akeisha Sandhu corner. Very telegraphed tactic, and indeed it does fall in the pack of players, but the first head is Quigley's of Bulleen. And Sinisiko Adzic has found his built-in megaphone here, shouting instructions for this series of set pieces. Take two then. Jamie Barrero just wants to speak to all these players who are treading on each other's toes in the 6-yard box, and now looks like someone's got themselves booked. There you go. TJ Vlanic, welcome back to the women's NPL. Have a yellow card. All right, so now for the corner. After all the talk, Alamein crowding the near post for Sandhu's corner, and it's going to be, this time, a goal kick. And, well, Christina Hall may have had her issues with the initial corner that was paid. That one appeared to be quite clearly off her, but she won't mind. Schneider leans into the header. Alonso just getting over her head. Friend hooks it away. Dolza working laterally. And now the clearance. Look at the speed here of Jana Lawson. Low sliding cross. Christina Hall falls over. Sarah Kane didn't take possession and then went back to win it off Johnson. Here's Pastor scooping a long shot, and the technique has abandoned her there because that barely had the juice to get over the byline. Never mind actually trouble the goal. I think back to Murray Pastor 2 years ago in her first NPLW season. Actually finished runner-up in goal of the year with a shot from probably another 5 metres further out than that. So we know she can do it. It was definitely not her best. Into the final 20 minutes of regulation then. Still 1-1 the score. Hall against Goff. Heard the impact there as they met against each other. Lawson has Sato in support and uses her now, but under duress, and Sato charging in. Fearless play against Camilleri, and the ball is driven out. You can see the subs from both teams still warming up. Alamein yet to make a sub. Morrison. Sato brought it out of the night sky. At the byline, clever from Pastor. Christina Hall wins the header. Johnson charging through. The ball will hold up on the synthetic. Richmond slicing it off the terrace out onto the warm-up pitch. Throw to the edge of the box. Alonso. Tay. Sato didn't quite get purchase on the throw there. Slipped through the hands, if anything. Dolzan brings it down. With the advantage of Pastor, though. Schneider. Lawson, a bit awkward to control. Very awkward attempt to control. Cheste. Camilleri. Still Mel Camilleri. Sato. Clever. Able to reach out and grab the ball and then bounce back to her feet. Dynamic play. Kayla Morrison going to ground. Bit of a crowd killer. Bit of an assistant referee killer, that one. Ball wiping out the lino there. Caitlin Roberts, decision time. Heard the call of Sandhu, who's run wide here. Ducking back in, Sandhu teasing cross, and it is the go-ahead goal. Alamein have scored. They retake their leads. And it is Murray Pastor. Looks like she got the decisive touch. Johnson was right there following it in. They could raffle it there at the far post. but it was Pastor who got the head on it, and Alamein take a 2-1 lead. And after what looked like a frightening collision in the first half with Kayla Morrison for Mari Pastor that left her floored and seemingly dazed, she's come back here and in an aerial duel of a different kind, outpositioned Kayla Morrison on the end of a great Sandhu cross. Morrison was really in no man's land there, and Pastor was able, backtracking, to knot it in. Bulleen making another sub. Kelsey Zafaridis is coming on. The question is, who's coming off? It's going to be Hayley Richmond, it seems. Yes, making way. So Zafaridis comes on. And off the head of Sato, that's going behind for a Bulleen corner. Christina Hall to take. Can Bulleen cancel out the deficit even quicker than in the first half? Off the head of Schneider. And then well played by Johnson to keep it moving. Zafaridis straight off the bench, nearly involved. Alonso. Ooh, Falcon into the head of Johnson. Roberts doing fellow Tasmanian no favours there. Vlanic is going to shoot from distance, TJ Vlanic, but in the end, this hit didn't quite ask questions of Melissa Barbieri. Schneider. Back to Barbieri, left-footed drive. Johnson. Goff off the shins of Iamano, but does keep it in. Hall being forced the wrong way. And then stops the ball and is able to spin and play it to Sarah Kane. Vlanic. All about the cross from Vlanic. Dolzan striving, trying to make ground, but can't do so, and out it goes. Time starting to become the enemy for Bulleen. 77.5 minutes ticked by. They did not beat Alamein at home last year. They got them quite convincingly at H.A. Smith Reserve, but a draw and a loss at the Veneto Club last season. So Bulleen have found Alamein a tricky visitor in recent times. Sato. Vlanic hooks it away, but straight back to Julia Sato. Alonso. Pastor to Schneider. Now just Hay. Schneider. And behind Sandhu it goes. And it is going to be first sub of the night for Alamein. Kat Goff coming off. Looks like it's Jacqueline Lemieux, if I'm not mistaken, coming on. Indeed, Jacqueline Lemieux will be the sub. And Kat Goff, who's, as you can expect from her, put in a power of running tonight. Been a big part in stretching this game. comes Lemieux. It's going to lead to some positional changes as well, it seems. Johnson going to the left. Lemieux, the number 10, into the middle. Three points would be huge for Alamein. They would move to 13 within 2 of Heidelberg and Bulleen, both on 15. So we see Zafaridis here. Quigley out the left, flag up. And a few shouts of protest from the Bulleen bench. Not the best angle, but looked like it might have been a tough call. Alamein winning tonight would move them to 13. Heidelberg in 4th on 15, and Bulleen would stay in 3rd on 15, South on 16. So 4 trying to go into 3, with Calder having broken 5 clear on top of the league. Heidelberg having significantly improved to return, at least at this stage, to the finals conversation. It's a 27-game season, of course, so still a long way to go. Lawson. Oh, late contact. Pastor, no whistle. Zafaridis. Carried out of it by Pastor. Into the last 10 minutes then. Morrison's header. Friend against Roberts. Friend. Vlanich. Schneider in a duel against Quigley. I'll say, I'm not sure if it's possible with the height and just striking stature of Taylor Schneider, but she is an unassuming character. You just don't notice her a great deal in this game. Jeste is the far more energetic of the centre-backs. Perhaps a bit more noticeable for just the energy and involvement she has. Schneider seemingly a bit more circumspect going about her business. Lawson, the first touch is going to give her a chance here. Vlanich goes to ground. Lawson wheels back around. Bulleen defence now in position. Defers to Alonso. Another promising ball. Oh, Morrison couldn't clear after there was a duck underneath it from Hall. Confusion in the Bulleen defence. And Alamein are driven back out to the corner. And Alonso cleverly is able to win a corner kick. So maybe now Schneider can become the centre of attention here. Getting forward along with Jeste. We've got Lucy Johnson also lurking, and Pastor, whose headed goal is the difference between the teams, standing at the near post. Akeisha Sandhu with the corner. Shields is up, double fist away, and then Christina Hall tried for an outside of the boot clearance, ended up driving it the wrong way. Roberts against Camilleri. Morrison, long clearance. Tay. Sandhu. And this time, well, onside was Lucy Johnson, and then flicked it into her own arm. Almost surprised at the fact she'd stayed onside that time. Friend. Can Bulleen turn an equalizer straight out of that offside, and a great chance at one end? No, they can't. They have to go back to Hall. Christina Hall. It's a cross shot, and Barbieri is too wise to be beaten by that sort of attempt. Sato. Well-measured pass. Draws Shields out for the clearance. Dolzan. Quigley and Camilleri ahead of the ball. Dolzan puts the head down and tries to blaze a trail. Can't find any joy against Sandhu. Julia Sato stretching behind play. Now slowly making her way, returning to her position of right back. I hope she's okay here. Player that's been so cursed by injuries, but tonight again has just shown the ability and the quality that she does possess. Still young enough to really make a good go of football too. And that's going to be a corner, in spite of the best efforts of Geste. Bulleen have had more than a few in this second half, but they just really haven't been able to trouble Melissa Barbieri with one of them. Alamein's set-piece defence has been able to resist everything so far in the last 5 minutes. Late goal here. It's certainly set up a big finish. I suspect both teams will be trying to win it if Bulleen can draw level now. Vlanic's corner, big pack of players, and it's blazed away. Christina Hall brings it out of the sky. Back out to Vlanic. Right-footed drive this time, skimming off the head of Morrison. In good position, but the contact wasn't meaningful enough. Zafaridis back in. Roberts clearing it away. And that appeared to take a touch and did off Zafaridis, so it's an Alamein ball. Alamein getting another sub ready, and it's going to go through seemingly before this throw. No, central referee not interested. Play starts here. Pastoral, caught. Quigley. Morrison, a long diagonal drive. Dolzan. Sandhu right there with a Dolzan. Shallow clearance from Tay. Camilleri surrounded by light blue shirts, and they were treading on each other's toes initially before Johnson was able to clear. Morrison, 3 minutes of regulation to go. Dolzan for Iamano. Franny Iamano dancing past the challenge of Johnson. Cross goes into Tay. Finds a teammate. It's a bit panicky defending though from Alamein at the moment. Bulleen consistently on the attack. Can Zafaridis get to this ball? No. Cleared away by Sato. Alamein have sent the proposed sub back to the bench, so they're holding on with the team on the pitch. Not calling for reinforcements just yet. High ball from Morrison, and it digs off the synthetic turf. 2 minutes of regulation to go. Shields just boots for distance. Camilleri cleared away by Pastor. Vlanic over the shoulder. Vlanic brings it down. Kane, Quigley forced the wrong way. Dolzan against Sandhu. It's been the duel of the night. Can Sandhu defend again? Down in the corner. Just knocks it straight out. Last minute of regulation. Iamano. And deflected cross. No. Miss hit cross. Goal kick. the outfielders crowded in the Bulleen attacking half. Now they're going to have to go backwards. Vlanich. Morrison. Dolzan remains the outlet on that right side. Iamano ignored. It's going to sit up for Franny Iamano though, and straight at Barbieri. A flat shot. Barbieri didn't really have to move either way. The ball straight at her, and a comfortable take. Into stoppage time we go. Forthy hasn't bought the board, so your guess is as good as mine as to how many more minutes we've got. Sensed by the desperation of Bulleen, it probably won't be too many. Dolzan. Morrison. Kayla Morrison, will she shoot from distance? Is going to take it on, and it's high and wide. It seemed like an invitation too good to refuse, but Morrison couldn't hit the target. Alamein do have a sub now, ready to go. It is going to be Indy Johansson block, replacing Lucy Johnson. Just hasn't quite been Lucy Johnson's night. Caught offside a handful of times. And Johansson block comes on with a simple assignment, and that is lock down on this lead. Get the game to full time. Booted away by Sardo here. Flick headed from Quigley. Good run by Zafaridis. Oh, the flag is up. It wasn't a good run. Cross didn't come to much anyway. 2 minutes of stoppage have already expired. Alamein are getting close to what would be 3 important points. Will take them back to within 3 points of second place on the table. 4 teams would be separated by just the 3 points as well. All chasing Calder, who are 7 from 7, top of the league. Lawson, who got it all started, down in the corner against Vlanich, and is a goal kick. Bulleen just about out of chances. Johansson block. Touch will take it to the line. Dolzan's throw. Morrison ducks under the ball, but it's all Alamein. And a push on Kayla Morrison. Rachel Alonso protests, and maybe this is the one last chance that Bulleen need. They're going to get numbers forward. Christina Hall, you can see, running the ball back to take this free kick. So, last hurrah at the end of the night for the Bulleen Lions. Can Christina Hall fashion an equalizer here? Walks around to take it left-footed. Off the head of Morrison, and easily held by Barbieri. Header from very deep, asking a lot. Barbieri boots it away. Referee not looking at the watch just yet. Zafaridis. Camilleri. Sandhu. Back into the traffic. Friend to Kane. Can she find the right pass? Morrison through the left side. Is this the chance for Bulleen? Jess Tay blocks it out for a corner. Kayla Morrison getting forward. And now in the 5th minute of stoppage time, Christina Hall is sprinting over to the corner to swing in another set-piece opportunity. Right at the death. Well, it's not a good corner. Cleared away by Schneider. And that will do it. Alamein get a big win away at the Veneto Club. And they can press the ladder right back up. After an exchange of goals in the first half, it is Murray Pastor's winner that delivers for Alamein. Full time at the Veneto Club. FC Bulleen Lions 1, Alamein 2. And it was Alamein who scored first through Jana Lawson. Rachel Quigley with a clever equaliser. But then midway through the second half, Murray Pastor's header was the match winner. And the Bulleen Lions lose at home. Taking one last look at the stats there. Bulleen had 6 corners by the end of it, but couldn't make any of them count in the second half. And so Alamein up to 13 points, just 3 off second place. Thank you for your company on the NPL Victoria Women's YouTube channel and Facebook page tonight. My name's Teo Pellizzeri. On behalf of the production crew, big thank you for your company on NPL Victoria Women's Round 7. And we'll be back for all games live streamed in Round 8, starting Saturday 3 p.m. Looking forward to that. For now, good night.